Yes,
Galaxy Warriors is pipping.
He's pipping in recent times. He's actually been pipping Ricky Patel.
Ricky
the
Patel,
legend, the man,
of course,
the
of
legend.
course. That cannot be Galaxy Warriors. Nas, please tell records that cannot be broken in cricket history. Well,
no, but Ricky Patel must be sleeping right
yes,
now.
Quite possible.
Nikhil will come
And
in 2
Nikhil
days.
is
Yes.
here.
You started early today?
No,
We
it's
started on time.
on time.
It's 46.
It's 46.
I'm a minute.
Yes, a minute late. But then.
But you look very fresh, sir.
I've had a nice shower
Ah.
and
By the way, Nikhil's bottle, guys, is amazing.
I know.
I keep
Keep playing
talking
with
A
about
gift
it.
from Twitter.
It's an amazing bottle.
We are already live on 45.
Ah.
45.
it.
Sorry.
The one day you weren't here, we were like extra punctual.
Yeah.
Very good, Shivam. Outstanding. So yeah, this is courtesy Twitter.
Twitter, yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Twitter
So if I
bird.
have to answer.
Fancy.
Yeah. Galaxy Warriors, if I may be allowed to answer that question, Don Bradman's 99.94 might never be broken.
True. That average is
Virat Kohli's 973 in a single edition of IPL might never be broken.
Can be.
Can be broken.
No, I don't see who.
It's still possible, but yeah, you need 1,000 runs maybe.
Yeah, I think somebody can.
Yeah, but I doubt it. Then Bradman's 974 runs in a single series might not be broken in a test series.
Yeah.
Then these are the 3 records. I think.
100, hundreds.
Maybe Kohli in the
Kohli
next
might.
4 years.
Kohli might.
4 years if he does, he
100.
might.
Fine.
No, that will depend on when Kohli gets to 72.
200 test matches.
70,
Not 200. If I had made a statistical
200
assessment,
test matches. You think someone would play?
No.
I'm saying in the next
Then-
4 years, supposing Kohli
So
maintains
that's a
that
record that
record,
can't be broken.
200 test matches.
200 test matches might never be broken. Yes.
Because no one is making that test.
463 ODIs.
For that you have to play
463 ODIs.
for how many years?
Yeah.
Also, you don't
20
know.
plus years.
200
Yeah.
test matches.
I
Then
know
463
earlier when
ODIs.
Sachin started off, test matches were a priority. Now there are 2 other formats that.
But for Virat, test matches are still.
No, but I'm saying you have the IPL also. No, you have certain windows that are not there
Yeah.
for test anymore. So,
Anyway, Ross Taylor
so
is the
200
only.
test is like something I don't think will
Yeah,
be
Ross
broken
Taylor
ever.
is the only individual currently who's played 100 matches or more in all formats.
Oh.
And I think Kohli might join him in the next couple of months because he's got 97
97.
T20s.
He will.
He will.
I just hope Kohli gets to that 71st 100 and then he can get to those.
How's the
100.
F1 race? You did a live,
Yeah, so
but there is no thumbnail to it. Shivam? Oops. Come on, man.
so
But the race was boring.
the race wasn't that great, honestly. It was more about, this is one of those old schooly races where strategy played a big part.
Yeah.
Because there were so many stoppages, virtual safety cars, yellow flags, that everyone was.
So if you need a detailed analysis, Shane is done on the Formula 1 GP. It's already up on Sports Today. That's how I went for a cricket match. I tried to join Shane from the cricket match, but
It was laggy.
Yeah,
We saw.
lagging was an understatement.
Yeah, I just heard him say that he tried to join me from the cricket match.
Yeah.
In StreamYard, that's the major problem. Open it on
No,
your
no, no.
phone.
I'll tell you what the problem was. Where we were playing,
The
it was
network was.
42-degree heat, and I think my
Yeah.
phone started acting up. In heat, it slows down sometimes.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that would happen.
No, but it was fine when we did the Women's World Cup thing.
But you all
we
were
could
both at
hear
home,
each
no?
other.
We
You were both at home.
We were both at home. That
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
But
It is primarily because I was playing
Yeah.
cricket.
I don't know whether to call Nikhil brave or crazy playing for
It was very hot.
cricket
And then
in
we
this kind of
lost.
heat.
And I got out on a duck, like second ball duck, dande pe seedha.
Nicholas Puran.
how many did you
Yeah.
take wickets?
Wickets, I think I took 2, 4
Nicholas
overs,
Puran
12
did
runs.
that.
So the
not bad.
standout bowling
You are Harshal
performance.
Patel.
But I'm not too ever happy with my bowling performance. I'm not, I go
You're a
there to
fast
bat.
medium.
You are an all-rounder. You'd say you're a batsman or a bowler.
Yeah, batting.
Batting.
Yeah, that's why I'm upset. No runs coming from the
Then
bat.
it's
Last match I picked up 3
understandable.
wickets, but that didn't give me
Like
any.
no,
happiness.
because I'm a bowler, and even if I get out for attack, I'm like okay. If I take 3 wickets, I'm fine with it.
Today, our producer Saransh got chance to bowl towards the end. He bowled very well,
Yeah.
and he fielded very well.
Ah.
Is he going to have Grace
Is,
these
is,
two?
is Rahul bhai not going to talk about his catching anymore?
No, always
Like
going to make fun.
yesterday he was explaining.
So then that's why, because he bowled well, he said, "Now I'll come late." Nikhil bhai, I'll come late. Like, what can I say?
Yes. Praveen Akurati, hi guys, happy
Games
Sri Ram
today.
Navami. Yeah.
Big game.
KKR versus DC, Delhi Capitals, and technically for me, KKR has got the upper hand.
Going into the game,
Going into the game, yes, and the second game, too close to call for me. Lucknow Super Giants versus Rajasthan Royals.
I'd slightly give Lucknow the edge.
I am with him. I think slowly and gradually, the frailties in the Rajasthan team are going to get exposed as the tournament progresses.
Yes.
Yeah, without that non-existent lower middle order.
Lower middle order,
I think
Sanju's prep might come down.
keep saying I don't think Rajasthan are gonna.
Sanju has made his runs.
He's made his runs. He's coming.
Don't
in the
troll me,
zone.
Sanju Samsung fans.
Yeah.
I'm just stating the trend we have seen.
And a certain RP.
I think
Yeah.
so. I also did not pick in my fantasy team. I picked 11, my probable 11, right? In my head, like who I want to pick. I did not pick Sanju Samson for
No,
that.
I don't blame you because he has this habit. Though I think last season was better. He was a little bit more consistent than seasons
Yes.
before. But seasons before it was a done thing. He'll come, play an outstanding knock, and everyone will say knock of the tournament, knock of the tournament.
Why is he not playing for
He
India?
did
Yeah,
play
why is he
knock
not
of
playing
the
for
tournament and in that losing cause.
Yes.
But
And from there on, he will do nothing.
Exactly.
Suyash is saying Sanju Samson 100 coming up. Loading, incoming, loading.
Loading incoming.
Yes. See, he doesn't have to face Vanindu Hasaranga, so that's good.
That is true. But Lucknow have a pretty decent bowling line.
Vanendu Hasaranga, yeah.
Yeah, 3 matches, 11 runs, 3 wickets.
But they're too dependent. Like for Rajasthan,
Yeah.
they're too dependent on Butler and Samson.
No,
The moment-
even Hetmyer for that
Hetmyer.
matter.
Hetman has given them those finishes right at the end, and they've reached those higher scores because of him.
Imagine playing a
The-
finisher
The
at
day
number
these
5.
3 fail, they're gonna crumble like anything because Riyan Parag, he can probably take Jimmy Neesham's face off.
Yeah, but that's about it.
But that's about
That's
it.
about it.
Okay, I'm going to take a few quick comments. Suyash said Sanju Samson incoming loading, we'll see. Siddhant Sachdeva says, Nikhil sir, do you play with Vikrant and Rahul? Sir, yes, some days. Today was a different match where Vikrant and Rahul were not there, but it was an AajTak India Today match. So we were playing for AajTak
yes.
India Today. We lost, unfortunately. Sanket Joshi joining us from Germany. Hi.
Hello.
He says, I hope Rahane plays a good knock today.
Agreed.
I'm with you. He needs to come good. And just for the guy he is, I really want him to make a comeback into
True.
the Indian team. So
Yep.
let him get some good runs. Also, I think he's underrated in the T20 format. He can get quick runs.
Yeah, but his
given.
confidence in the last few years has been shot due
Yeah.
to.
And
multiple
somehow
reasons.
he's been given this sort of a tag that he's a test specialist, and so don't look at it. But I think he can get runs in T20.
I know.
City versus Liverpool predictions, guys. He wants to know.
Very interesting. I think it will be a score draw. That's what my gut.
No, I
feeling
think one of them is gonna win it, and that'll be fun to watch. We're gonna do.
We'll do a preview on that.
Right,
so
preview. They will
we'll
do
dive
a
a
live
little deep
preview.
into that.
Right after our live, I'm just going with City. I think they're in tremendous form at the moment. Guardiola has said one of the best rivalries that he's ever been part of.
Yep.
And not even cordial, I may add. There's never really been any back
Yes.
and forth bickering between these two.
Yeah,
Lots of
for that you
massive
need a
respect.
Mourinho, right, for the bickering to start.
Yeah,
That
yeah, of
is
course.
normal thing, yeah. Okay, I'm going. Siddhant Sachdeva also says Nikhil KKR will destroy DC. I'm not sure, but I am also going to pick KKR. In that
Yeah, I
game.
think all of us are backing that.
What do you mean all of us? Speak for yourself. You're a KKR fan.
All of you also
They
are,
have
yeah.
also.
Yep. KKR today.
Being nice to him.
Yes. But I mean, see, yesterday, why we all picked.
There.
There's one.
There.
That had to
Ivam
be
has
one.
gone with
But
him.
see, yesterday, why did we all pick
You also,
RCB?
Delhi?
I've still not made up my mind.
Why
As
did
we get closer to 3:30, I'll say.
Yeah, why did we pick RCB yesterday? Because we knew that the bowling line of Mumbai was so bad that they would lose.
And so you had to take.
We had to
By
take
force
RCB.
you had to take.
Yes.
It must have hurt you immensely as a CSK fan.
Sometimes common sense cancels heart. Yeah.
Pravin Akruti is saying Happy Ram Navami, Happy Ram
Ram
Navami to
Navami.
you
Happy
as
Ram
well.
Navami.
From now, some of my colleagues who are desperate to eat non-veg food will now
finally
go
be here.
on a eating spree. We are also going to go one day, maybe tomorrow, day after. We'll do a small video of us gorging on some non-veg food. After the second IPL game, we are making a plan. Sports Today team will head to eat some
So
good
whenever-
non-veg food.
When are we
Whenever
doing it
that-
tomorrow? Tomorrow night or day after?
No, tomorrow
Tuesday,
then
Tuesday.
Saransh cries, Tuesdays.
So Tuesday night, so Wednesday early
Yeah.
parts of the morning.
So if that happens, whenever that plan happens, please tell me, guys. I'll try out a first time one long day fast so that I can make it up.
But you know what they say about fasting? Like
Yeah.
if you fast a long night, then when you eat your first meal, you don't eat
we
too
don't
much.
eat too much. Yeah.
So eat something in the
And
morning.
not,
I'll have
not
some
just
fruits.
That, scientifically, if you're fasting for too long, your body, whenever you eat next, will convert most of that into fat because it doesn't know where your next meal is coming from. Scientifically, think so. Best not to try fast. Eat light. That's what I.
Yeah, eat light so,
So
that
light.
you can.
I'll have a
we will
fruits
do it.
diet.
I really like how everybody is an expert on eating.
On food.
On food habits.
Shane is a food blogger.
Yeah.
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 You have to try his mom's
No, that's what
pastries
I've
and
heard.
cookies.
I-
If
I've
he'll
heard
bring
about
it here,
Oh,
then
if you
only
get
we'll
it.
try.
Easter time is coming. No, this will be
Ah.
tough.
Oh, Easter Sunday.
Yes.
So thank.
So Monday we are gonna get it.
If auntie is watching us, Shane's mum,
Thank
please,
you, ma'am.
Mala
send,
aunty, right?
Yeah.
send us
Mala aunty.
all
I remember the
the
name.
goodies. Shane doesn't treat us to anything.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
caught
on
him
a
eating
diet,
chips and
so-
I
I'm
caught
on a
him eating
diet.
chips and having a cola last
I mean,
evening.
I was very.
Was that
tired.
diet?
No, that was not diet. But the cola.
But
was
you get
needed.
Diet Coke here.
Oh, I don't like
let our
that.
family members tell. Shane is saying he's on a diet, and yesterday I caught him eating chips and cola. That's his diet.
No, that wasn't my diet. But
No,
yeah,
you can have chips, but don't
cheat
have
day?
cola.
Was that a cheat day?
it was a cheat day. Yes.
Okay.
But don't have cola.
No, yesterday I was very sleepy, man. I think the matches were so boring. To
Have coffee, black coffee at that.
Wow, very good. Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Dabojit Paul joins us from Bengal. He's saying love from Bengal. Love to
Oh,
you.
love to you too. my
Love to
friend.
you too. Yes.
Kemen ache dada? Bhalota.
Someone is
Who?
saying Shane is my favorite. Who's this person?
Oh, very nice. Who said that?
Rahul
Um,
Dikshit.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you very much.
But he's misspelled the name. Maybe
That's
means
no problem.
Shane
It's
Warne.
okay. That's quite okay. I'm
Shane
used to
Warne.
that.
Why are you trolling him? One guy said that Shane is his favorite. Don't troll him.
You know, Ankur Datta also asked, what are your predictions for tonight's Man City Liverpool clash? Whom are you guys supporting? I picked City.
See, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm supporting
I'm-
none of them. But I think, I don't know. It's going to be a very close game.
I also support none of them, but I'm picking Liverpool to win.
Liverpool.
Whichever team picks-
Title race gets better.
I neither support City or Liverpool.
Same.
I'm a Barcelona fan, and since Guardiola,
that's where the.
Barcelona player and coach,
Yeah.
so I'll support his team. Man City, go for it. You will
I'm
support
a United
Liverpool
fan.
because you're a United
No,
fan.
how will I
Liverpool
support
and-
Liverpool?
Liverpool and United
support-
That's
are a
because
major
you hate
rivalry.
City more than
No,
Liverpool.
The Liverpool
Even
rivalry is much
City.
bigger than City.
Even City.
No,
I
I'm
have
saying
been
we-
to Manchester.
We hate them equally.
And I
here.
have met both
We
set of
hate them
fans.
equally, so I have to pick one side.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, and I'm going with Liverpool.
Chris Jaiswal has a very interesting one. He wants to know, do you think DC can play Seaford at 3 instead of Powell?
No, Mitchell Marsh, whenever he's fit, he'll come.
Will most likely come in.
Yeah,
No.
no, but for
But
today,
you
with
lose out on
Warner,
Ricky Ponting,
Yeah.
a week back. had
Warner
said-
came in for Seaford, right? Last time.
Yep.
Ricky Ponting
So
a week
now-
back had said that he expects Mitchell Marsh to be fit for this game.
Oh,
Oh.
we'll see. We'll
If
see
you
the
remember,
lineups.
if you remember, but
in
I'm not
case
sure
he's
whether
not
he's
fit,
there.
assuming he's not fit, then
I think
I don't think so.
why not?
they lose out on the
Who
power
are the
hitter.
4
no?
foreigners then they go with?
The same then.
The same.
The
Warner.
same. Warner.
I guess
Okay.
Roman Park can
Roman
get
Powell.
another chance.
Yeah, he will get another chance.
Can get another chance.
Then
Nokia.
Mustafiz.
And
Nokia.
Nokia.
Nokia had a torrid time
Horrible
last
time.
night.
But it's the first time he's probably bowling competitively. in
No,
months.
but the way he was bowling those no balls and all those high beamers, and with
Yeah.
his pace, it's risky.
It's dangerous.
But who?
Yeah.
Which other overseas pacer they have?
They have Lungi and Giddy.
Yeah,
They
look
can
at
try
it.
Ngidi.
No, but Ngiddy's problem is he might take a few wickets, but he's also very
He goes
expensive.
for a lot of runs.
Runs,
Even for
that's the
CSK,
There's
when
a
he was
reason.
there,
There's a reason Chennai want to keen to keep him.
and there's a reason why Hazelwood was preferred to him because even though Hazelwood would not take that many wickets, but
He
his
would control.
economy rate was much better.
It's all falling into place for RCB. Now Maxwell's back, 12th Hazelwood is back for the game against Chennai.
Okay, 2 questions about it. Madhav Garg is saying, Chi Nikhil, Barcelona literally pathetic team. Madhav, if you were here in person, I would have strangled you, but you're not. They are, I mean, you have to understand what Barcelona are, the philosophy, the club, the culture. I have followed them from the 90s. And you have to go to Barcelona to understand what that
Oh.
club was, how that club was born. And
On
it
my
was,
bucket list to see Nou
Yes,
Camp
Nou
and
Camp.
Barcelona.
No, when you understand what they went through, because it was at the time of dictatorship in
Dictatorship,
Spain,
Franco
and how
regime, yeah.
Franco regime and how Madrid were favored. So literally not the underdog, but they were a lot of biases
They were
against
the
them.
oppressed for sure. Not
Yes.
the underdog.
Who's that? I tell you the story. That greatest goal scorer, Alfred Di Stefano. from
Stefano,
Madrid.
Di Stefano,
He,
yeah.
you know what limit it was in terms of biases? He had actually signed for Barcelona.
Yeah.
But then the word came that no, you cannot play for Barcelona. You have to play for Madrid, and that's how he
Oh.
went and played for Madrid.
Alfredo De Stefano.
That's how things go. So this was like a rebel movement. The Catalans felt
Yeah.
discriminated against.
Even
they,
so
they still feel it.
Yeah.
No, but so the only way to, because financially they were discriminated against, politically they were, so they thought the only way we can put the Madristas down is by a football team.
Football,
You
yes.
can't fight with them financially. You can't fight with them. So
even
football.
in, I
is
heard
the
one
only-
more story that even the Catalan national anthem, They could only sing it in Nou Camp. They couldn't sing it anywhere
Yes,
else.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Was
KKR
that?
have won the toss, by the way.
They will bowl.
Oh,
And they
okay.
should most likely bowl.
I think Shane got just very excited about it.
But they won the toss.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shane, KKR won the toss. KKR won the toss.
They're a very toss-dependent team at this point. I will say that much.
No, but they're
Say
gonna bowl.
hi to Jasnoor Singh. He's saying, Nikhil sir, I'm back after a week. Was preparing for my board exams.
Oh, good luck.
Starting from end of April.
Wow.
Wow. Good luck with those.
Good
man.
luck.
Jasnoor, all the best, huh? But you can always sneak in and watch some IPL, watch some analysis on sports today, as we do every day.
You can do a munna bhai. Keep the mobile just in middle of the book and do it. Yes.
Please
Not
don't
the-
give your exam like
Yeah,
Munna.
don't
please,
give it
yeah.
like that.
Don't.
Yes.
Don't listen to Sid.
Don't listen to Sidvi's advice.
If you get caught, just you know who to blame.
So KKR won the toss and decided to do
Then bowl first, of course.
As always.
19 on 19. That streak
19
is
out of 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Rishabh Pant is like, I'm gonna lose again.
Oh, he'll be like, no, I wanted to bat first. He might just say that. He said
So
that
one day
to
he
me.
wanted to say he wanted to bowl first but got confused.
When he won the toss. When he won the toss. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a few questions. Shivam Johar, who watches us regularly, says, just want to ask why batsmen always get a chance for comeback after injury, but bowlers are not given those chances after they recovered from injury, like Natarajan, who deserves the place in T20 any day. Shivam, I don't think there's any bias or discrimination against bowlers. I think what might happen is sometimes bowlers take longer to return from injuries than batsmen, but there's no rule as such. The rule is, at least in Indian cricket, you play domestic cricket, you show your fitness and you can come back. For bowlers, they especially more because they really want to see. You need to be really fit, especially for fast bowlers. So you need to see them, whether they're bowling, whether they're in rhythm. Just Natarajan by itself took a long time to recover from that injury, but now he's in form, and if he's going to do well, why not? He could be one of those bowlers.
Last game he was nailing those Yorkers.
We've only got 2 bowlers as of now who are part of certainty for the Indian T20 team. Jasprit Bumrah, Harshal Patel. By the way, sad news about
Sad
Harshal.
news about
Yeah,
Harshal.
very
Yeah.
sad.
Can't you let
Condolences.
family members know what has happened?
Well, Harshal Patel suffered a personal tragedy after the game against Mumbai Indians. One of his family members, we don't know who.
Sister, I believe.
It's reported
Yeah,
to
it's
be his-
reported.
But,
yeah, reportedly it's his
confirmed a
sister
family
who passed away. Our deepest condolences and
Yeah.
to Harshal. But there is questions whether he will miss the game against CSK. The rule is, if you go out of the bio bubble, we have taken the prior permission, you have done your COVID test, and you come back on the same day, you have to serve a mandatory 1-day quarantine.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, that's it. That's according to the IPL playing conditions.
Okay.
So if he's gone today, he returns on the same day, which is today.
Yeah.
Then he will have a quarantine on the 11th. He'll be available on the 12th.
Okay.
But if he doesn't come back, he serves the quarantine on 11th. If he comes back on 11th, he will have to serve the quarantine on the 12th. He will not be available.
Entirely possible that he's not available for the game against.
Very, very
50-50.
possible.
50-50.
By the way, big change for the Delhi Capitals. Enric Nokia is not playing this
Yeah,
game.
he's been dropped. They're going with 3 foreigners.
Alrighty.
All right,
we were
that's
talking
good.
about that.
And no
but-
Mitchell Marsh also.
So no Tim Seifert as well.
No Tim
they could have gone
Seifert,
with that
yeah.
to just strengthen their batting. So that's the big news at the moment. Delhi Capitals made one change. Kolkata Knight Riders
Same
are
team.
unchanged.
Same team.
So Delhi Capitals one change is
Khalil
Enric
Ahmed.
Nokia, who didn't have a great time last time around, coming back from an injury. Khalil Ahmed, who did bowl well previously,
he did.
prior to that game that he was dropped, comes back. So your team is Prithvi Shaw, David Warner, explosive opening combination, though David Warner looked completely out of sorts the last game, but I guess he may take time to
Yeah.
get into the groove. Rishabh Pant may bat at 4. Roman
Yeah.
Powell then comes in at 3. Don't know whether that's his correct spot. Sarfraz has been listed
Should
at
come at
5.
3.
Yeah, that's what even I thought,
Yeah.
that maybe go with Sarfraz at 3
And Pant.
then Pant at 4 and Roman Powell at 5. Oh, you could
Get
work
the
around
teams,
that.
Shivam.
No, but
Shivam just,
that is what their order is. The order that they have given out today.
Yeah,
Sarfraz is
but
at
sometime
3.
it. Oh, have
Sarfraz
they?
is at 3.
Yeah.
But last game it was Roman Powell who batted at 3.
Yeah, I think that will be a better combination. Then
with-
then comes the all-rounder after that. At number
Lalit,
5, even if Sarfraz is 5 or Roman Powell, whoever,
Yeah.
after that are your all-rounders. Lalit Yadav, who's been in outstanding form with the bat.
Yep.
Akshar Patel had a decent game with the bat, and Shardul Thakur, he's a good batsman, but
Who
again
can
hit
bat.
and a miss.
Yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav can bat too.
Yeah.
And then Fizz and Khalil Ahmed,
Yeah.
the 2 tail-enders.
4 left armers and only 1 right arm bowler in the Delhi
Shardul
Capitals
Yes.
team. Shardul, Aksar is left-handed, Kuldeep is left-handed, Mustafiz and Khalid.
No, Lalit Yadav.
Lalit Yadav is also right.
Oh, two right arms.
Two right armers.
So Shardul Thakur, Lalit Yadav, two right armers. Aksar, Kuldeep, Mustafizur, Khalil, four lefties.
They are actually, they must be looking at Shardul Thakur as well because he hasn't performed at all till now.
Yeah.
You know, the price
But
that
he's
he
tough
picked
to
up.
drop so early.
The point is because you also paid the heavy bucks for him.
Yeah.
He was part of the
Yeah.
Indian setup. It's very hard to drop such players.
Yep.
But he's been very expensive.
They need to maybe reconfigure his role. I mean,
Last match, I think he came back a bit. Was
He took
decent
one
if I can-
wicket in the final over. I think the Deepak
Yeah.
Huda's wicket he took. But
Yeah.
apart from that, he
He bowled 3.2, he had 19 and he got one wicket. But the last two balls were Ayush was only 4 and 6. That sealed the game. So
Yeah. So Aryan Nadani has an interesting point. One of our watchers, he says, going by the trend of young left-handed batsmen scoring runs, you can bet on Jaiswal or Padikkal today. He's only talking about the...
yesterday what happened? Abhishek Sharma and Anuj Rawat both scoring
Both of them.
big runs as openers.
Yeah.
Both we have discussed
But
quite
yeah,
a lot.
Padikkal, I think he should open then. His ideal position is to open.
But I think they won't drop
But
Jaiswal
Butler,
for this game.
huh?
I think he'll play and maybe this
Get
will be
Samson
his
at
last
3.
opportunity.
that's, yeah.
But they tried Samson at 3
Okay.
in the very first game.
He
they had
did that,
Samson
right?
at 3.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I think so. It's just like, oh, right now I feel better. Like you, okay, you go.
That's like gully cricket.
Yeah.
हाँ, तू चले जा.
RR Gaming says, sir, have you seen the latest post by RCB? It is about Virat Kohli's controversial wicket by MCC rulebook. Have you
Yeah.
guys seen it? What?
No, I haven't seen the post, but I think
Yeah.
according to the MCC rule book, I think
36.2.
when the bat and the ball, when it is hitting simultaneously,
Yeah.
It's bat first.
It's bat first. It has to be considered.
Yeah, that's
bat
what we
first.
said that.
No,
if you
but-
remember
but
in
the
a post match,
umpire, last night, by the way, when I went back on Twitter and all, I saw it drew a lot of flags.
Lot of flags.
Everybody was pointing out that Virat Kohli was not out, and it was ridiculous umpiring. That cost
no,
him
so
his
we
wicket.
pointed out on our post show, if you remember, that if it strikes simultaneously, then it will be considered bat first because the benefit of the doubt then goes to the batsman. So that it should have, unless Mr. Gandhi, Ullas Gandhi, the umpire, thought that maybe it was a microsecond that pad got hit and then the bat. I don't know. I'm just saying that might have been his
he said there's no
interpretation.
conclusive evidence.
That is the key word.
No, but my problem is there's no conclusive evidence. But if the rule book says that bat and pad, if it looks at the same time, sometimes
it's
you have to
bat
go with your
first.
gut feeling, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm saying unless he assumed that it was a slightly pad and then bat.
Because you remember I kept saying I was watching it on mute
Naked
here,
eye, it looked-
and I thought it was bat first. I thought that
Yeah.
he should have been not out.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand why he
Actually,
gave
yeah,
it
they
out.
showed the side angle and you couldn't really see because the leg was there. So you didn't know whether it had happened at the same time. From the front angle, sometimes it's tough to know because you don't get the depth, right? You only get the line.
Yes.
So you couldn't really see. But yeah, in that circumstances, you could have given the benefit of the doubt.
Hasn't that gone out of the window? Benefit of doubt goes to the batsman, not anymore.
No.
Yesterday, Kohli
the
was
key
angry.
word-
and Kohli was supremely pissed also.
Yeah.
You saw his reaction.
He should be.
He missed out on a deserving 50. Looked
Yeah.
charged up
But
yesterday. and
the
was not
key
good.
words in that is unless there is conclusive proof to overturn the decision. Ullas Gandhi, going by his judgment, reckoned there was no conclusive proof to overturn the
Yeah.
decision. So that's why
In
he
fact-
went with the instinct.
In fact, one of our users had commented that rule book on our post-match video last night. He had written what the rule book says and what it
No,
points
we had
out.
also pointed that out. That
Yep.
if it was at the same time, because someone had asked a question, I remember on the show, and said, what happens if it simultaneously it hits both? In that case, you consider bat first and the benefit of the doubt then goes to the batsman.
umpiring
So it should be not out.
Umpiring in the IPL has always been pretty dodgy, if I have to look at it.
I'll tell
put
you
it
why.
politely.
Yeah, because of so much scrutiny.
No, also the selection of umpires. is an
Umpires,
issue.
yes.
So there is a grading system in domestic cricket where umpires are given certain grades, but when the selection of the IPL happens, it's not necessary. Let's say at the end of the domestic season, that okay, if you're getting with let's say 7 umpires, it's not that the first 7 will go. You can pick number 3, 5, 10, 11,
Then-
15.
then-
It just get picked like that. Why? Because it again then boils down to the typical politics in Indian cricket, which region and who's powerful in the BCCI. He wants to push his own umpire. He says, no, put his name,
Correct.
bye-bye, and that's how it's made.
Yeah.
I think the earlier time was better when you had the best overseas umpires come and,
True.
and umpire the IPL.
So, because
They should
remember
look
in the DC versus Punjab Kings game, IPL 2021, that second game, that short run That short run incident of Chris Jordan threw so much flack on the umpiring. It was actually not a short run.
Like Siddhant points out, Siddhant Sachdeva, that the same thing happened with Kohli in the New Zealand series.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes, he did.
He's been lucky.
Yep.
Galaxy, what is an interesting question? Quinns and Nero says RCB won. Why are they still quibbling? He has a different take on it. No, but again,
But they should quibble.
Yeah,
They should quibble.
yeah.
Why do you let something go just because?
yeah, exactly. Winning or losing doesn't matter. Galaxy, what I wants to know, Nikhil, what are your thoughts on Rana? No one talks about his form. No. We spoke about it last game.
Time, yeah.
And especially, it's not just number of runs, but in the manner which way he batted. I mean, there was no need to play those
That
shots.
shot,
He was
yeah.
coming in as if he wants to finish the game in like some 5 overs. That's not going to happen. I understand this as well, that Baz McCullum is the coach, and I understand that that's the kind of strategy he wants to go by. But you got to be a little bit more
yeah.
smarter, and especially you need to get your runs, be aggressive. Bat at 130, you don't have to bat at
The thing
200.
with Rana is when he's done well for KKR, he's not been that person who went bang from ball 1. He took his time,
Yep.
ran smart. He's a quick runner between the wickets, ran smart, waited for the spinners, and then had that clean hit, which would
Yeah.
clear the ropes. I think he needs to play to his own strengths also. It's very important.
Rana is the anti-Rituraj and he's a mirror reflection of Samson. Begins well, but he tapers off.
But this time he's begun badly, so maybe that
So he's
augurs well for him.
copying
there, no?
Rituraj maybe.
RR Gaming says, a big fan of your analysis. Thanks for taking my question. Thank you,
you.
RR Gaming, for
you,
joining
RR
us.
Gaming.
We'll try and
Guys,
take
not to forget, please make
Make
your
your
game
Gamezy
on
team.
Gamezy.
game
yes.
on Gamezy.
Yep.
You better start, Shane, because you take time.
I take time,
And Siddhant will
absolutely.
finish very soon, I know. So make your teams on Gamezy because you stand a chance to win up to 5 crore daily in prize money. If you haven't downloaded the app, the description is in the link, because if you go via Sports Today and download the app, you get extra cash that is added onto your wallet by Gamezy. Remember, you can also make fresh teams in the middle of the innings.
Yes.
So that is something that only Gamezy offers, and for 5 over slots as well. Yes.
Done.
Oh, you can. Interesting. Shivam points out. Even for 1 rupee, you can make a.
They give good discounts on
they do.
They do.
cash rewards that you can get with those
Yes.
leagues that you can join.
So Aman Jaiswal clearly seems to be a big Shreyas Iyer fan. He's saying he's Badshah Shreyas.
Ah.
Badshah taking from, I think, Badshah who owns it.
Badshah.
Yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying if Delhi score 180, which doesn't seem likely, but if they do, Badshah's century is incoming and loading.
Oh my
So
God.
one more contender for century.
No, but big you expect him to come good anytime because
Yep.
Iyer has gotten starts in every game, by the way, this IPL.
It's not like he's looked rusty.
Every time he has hit 2 crisp boundaries in almost every game, and then he has gotten out.
Yes.
And that has been my problem because I keep pointing it out in my fantasy videos also that Shreyas Iyer is a great captaincy choice because the kind of form he was in
yeah.
in that last series against Sri Lanka, scored 350 is unbeaten.
Yep. He did.
So imagine if he brings that kind of form to the IPL, but unfortunately we just haven't seen it because they all come out and try to hit from ball one. You saw it last time also. Everybody was trying to smash the ball.
Yeah.
Pat Cummins came off.
Okay, Supriya Sarkar wants to know any update on Mitchell Marsh. As far as we knew, he was available for this
He
game.
should have been available. That's what Ricky pointing. I was saying.
He pointed
Ricky
out.
Pointing
had
pointed
pointed
out.
out. Like a week back when he said that Warner is going to be available for the previous game. He expected Mitchell Marsh to be available for this game, but
Yeah.
clearly he's not.
Yeah.
So maybe
Technical guys wants to know Aaron Finch. Is he
Aaron
available?
Finch, he will be available for the next game.
Not that he's starting.
He can't start. Technically,
Yeah.
he can't start because your
4
overseas,
foreigners.
yeah, they're all settled
Done.
in the KKR.
Yeah, the only person who you could maybe think of dropping would be Billings. But even he's done really well. And his,
Yes,
despite the
yeah.
fact that his keeping last time, like he wasn't calling for the ball or anything, generally stump work was very solid.
Yes.
He did very well in a stumping also.
he's been a very good keeper. He, by the way, captains also Kent.
Oh,
He is a Kent captain.
So Sam Billings that way plays a dual role.
Abhi Adhikari is saying, I'm grateful to Siri for not supporting RCB.
I
But
did
he did
support
back them
RCB
No, but
yesterday.
he did support them yesterday.
Yeah,
To be fair.
to be
Abhi-
very fair.
He did.
he did.
But his jinx is broken.
The jinx is pretty much gone now. Now it's just regular old,
Yeah.
can go either way prediction.
But it's not fun anymore. The jinx
It
should
isn't,
have stayed.
yeah.
You expected 0.74, but my God.
Would
It would have been
Fun.
fun.
Sahil GC says, love from Nepal. Beautiful country.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Never been to
I
Nepal.
hope, Sahil, you're doing
Same
well. Virat or Rohit, he wants to know, his question is, better batsman. He's saying, I'm not trying to make a controversy.
I love them both.
No, I love them both
But
too.
pick one now.
But pick one.
We actually did yesterday. Remember, you and I picked Rohit and
We both picked Virat.
No, we picked on what is it that you like about. But if you had to pick one,
Like, that was about the stroke maker. Who's
Oh,
the better
stylistic
stroke maker?
style,
Stylist.
yeah.
All round, total all round.
That's also a very hard question to answer.
it is.
How do you pick one of these two? You can't.
No, but you have to.
I don't have to. There's no gun to my head.
Come on, man. There's a bat to
There's
your
a
head.
bat to my head,
There's a
apparently.
bat to your head. Pick one.
Ooh, I would still probably go with Rohit. Again, just solely based on the fact that if I had to pay anyone to play, watch them play live, I would want to see a full flow Rohit. That's no disrespect
I'll
to
go with because we're talking all format. I'm going with Virat. All format.
That is actually also a good shout. Yeah.
Though Rohit Sharma, the Test batsman, the last 2
underrated.
years, outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. But I think overall, if I was to just look at their career records,
Yeah.
I'm going with Virat.
I'll pick Virat, like hands on. For me, there's no comparison. I like Rohit also,
Yeah.
but for me, Virat is the.
No, we all love
is the
both of
peak-
them. How can you
peak-
not like?
Yes.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
don't
Indian
fall
fan-
into the trap of Viratians and Rohit.
Yeah, don't.
No, no, I'm not
I'm Indian.
falling.
Hell with that.
You
not
don't
falling.
have
I
to
like
hate
both of
one
them.
to love
To
the
like the
other.
other.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
That's
Agreed.
For me, it's Virat. I mean, the gold standard of batting. We thought after Tendulkar, we may never see somebody like that. But man, Virat has ensured that every time in a chase, Virat is there.
But
It's
that was the attitude at one point.
Yes.
You were chasing and 2 down. Like, koi baat nahi, Virat is there.
No,
But
but from 2012 till 2019, that consistency in all three formats,
Unmatched.
it was unreal.
Agreed.
He won games single-handedly, was. And I've seen them live. I was there. I watched that Australia game, 2016 World T20 in Mohali. What a knock he played.
Freak.
Pakistan game.
I was there also at the Eden Gardens. But my
I was-
best
so was
feeling
I actually.
was what about 1 lakh people singing the national
National
anthem.
anthem, yeah.
It was just amazing.
Goosebumps.
It rained that day. I
Yeah,
remember.
18 overs match it was.
But the
Because I
good
was
thing
on
is
the
they
ground.
kept covering. They
Yeah.
started doing it the Sri Lankan way.
Yeah.
Covered the entire
Yeah.
ground.
And then they've improved their
Drainage system,
drainage
yeah.
system.
Eden Garden we're talking of. Right?
Yeah.
That is my biggest regret about this one IPL is that we haven't got to see this KKR side performing so well in front of an Eden Gardens crowd. It's a
Yeah.
next level
KKR
feeling.
fan.
Next level feeling.
Yeah, but
Next
see,
level
to sum up, Kohli, if you have to think Bradman was the gold standard, 2016, Kohli set a whole new standard altogether. 90 in ODIs average, 75 in tests, 116 in T20s with a strike rate of 150, plus IPL 973 runs. That's
He was
same
on another
year.
planet at that point.
Incredible.
Operated on another planet.
Yeah.
Loved
Incredible.
watching Virat. Just that he.
Vedant Gar says, Nikhil sir, yesterday Surya made runs and has been pretty consistent. What do you think? Will it create more pressure on Shreyas as he's not seen in form of IPL till date?
I think they've both been in the squad for sure.
Yeah.
But even I'm saying this as a KKR fan, Surya has to be in the playing 11.
No,
Has
before
to be.
this IPL started also, I think Surya would have
True.
picked him ahead of...
True.
No, Surya was picked ahead of Shreyas. If
Shreyas,
you
correct,
remember,
yes.
Surya got injured, and
Then-
after that, Shreyas got into
Yeah.
the side.
And he's just started playing those
So
mad knocks.
Surya is,
Yeah.
of course, the number one pick.
So you will have KL and Rohit opening,
Yep.
Kohli at
and then
three.
you Kohli at 3,
Surya at 4,
Surya at
Hardik
4.
at 5.
Probably-
Then you
Then it's
Pant
Pant,
at
Pant,
Pant
and
at
Hardik.
5,
Five.
6 Hardik.
6
And then
is-
Jadeja.
Yeah.
Hardik
Then
Jadeja.
Wow, the
Wow.
top 7 are fixed right now only.
Yeah.
I feel.
This is
It's
it's
very
only
tough
the bowling.
to
It's the
shake
bowling that we can actually just make a couple.
Maybe
of
8, I will keep Chahal.
No, so Chahal,
Yeah, 8 is
Jasprit Bumrah,
Mohammad
Harshal
Harshal
Patel.
Patel. 10.
One slot left for
One
a
left
fast
slot
bowler or a
left.
spinner.
Yeah.
No,
I think
Jadeja's there.
Jadeja's there. They'll
so
take a
done.
pacer.
They'll take
One more
pacer,
pacer in Australia.
Mohammad Shami.
Yeah. Or Umesh Yadav.
Umesh,
Good
if he
form.
does-
But
But
again,
Shami-
Shami, I think.
Shami
will be-
2015 World Cup bowled well.
Bowled well.
2015 World Cup in Australia
He did,
bowled
he
really
did.
well
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
white ball.
Shami, even at 2019 World Cup was bowling well, they were not
Don't
playing
pick
him.
him.
Ah,
Pretty
correct. When they
unfortunate.
actually brought him back,
Yeah.
then he was on fire.
Yep. Okay. Got any more question? Ratan Kumar says, Nikhil sir, why is KS Bharat not getting chances if he's best number 3 for Royal Challengers Bangalore?
The batting lineup is really good
Yes.
right now.
Why?
How do you fit him
Yeah.
in?
And I think they started, if I'm not mistaken, with that KS Bharat experiment. Then they went to Patidar, or they started with Patidar, then went to KS Bharat. He played a good knock, I remember.
He
Bharat.
won them a game. He had a
Yes.
6
Avesh Khanna, he hit a 6 last
He hit a
ball.
6 last ball.
Qualifier.
But my point is
But
with
Patidar has now come back.
Patidar
as
is
a
coming for
replacement.
RCB. Yeah.
Yes.
For RCB.
Yeah, so
Oh, Loveneet Sisodia.
Who by the way, my Karanika friends weren't too happy about. They're like, why they've got Patidar again? Why would they get him again? Because they're like they could have kept KS Bharat na. Anyway, KS Bharat is not being. They're not Delhi Capitals are not playing him at all. They have got 3 or 4 players for that one slot in their batting lineup.
Classic Delhi.
See, Mandeep, Sarfaraz, Yash Dhul, and KS Bharat.
Yash Dhul.
All 4 have that one slot to play for.
Yeah.
So now Sarfaraz, because he scored 35, 36 runs in the last
He's there.
he's gonna play. a lot
Harsh
against-
Patel, not Harshal. Harsh. We've given you update about Harshal. Harsh Patel, who's a regular watcher, says, if any player wants to leave a franchise, can they do it? Oh, question.
No.
I think the moolah is so much that you probably won't leave.
No,
Yeah.
so when they say leave, I think they would mean a trade. I think they can initiate trade talks, but
No, trade now is finished. That
Right.
mid
Yeah.
innings. Yes, Shivam.
If both are agreed, the team is
exactly. It depends on
Yeah.
the team. They would want to trade, right?
Mutual termination.
I don't think it
Yeah.
would be termination. Considering we go by the American model in IPL, they'd probably trade. So they'll send someone to one team, bringing someone to just fill out that roster.
But
spot.
is he talking about trading or is he talking about some players just
Generally
leaving?
wanting to leave.
Wanting to leave how exactly? Just
No, but
quit
I'm
the
saying, let's say a
franchise.
player doesn't want, he's not happy in that team and doesn't want to play this.
I guess see if the
He can
player
fake
doesn't
a
want to
injury.
play,
Yeah,
because
fine,
franchise
fine.
he won't have to pay him.
Yeah.
Simple.
can do
It's
that.
a good deal for both of them.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm sure there must be a clause.
Love Rami says, what are your thoughts on today's Australian Grand Prix? Leclerc is on fire. We've done a separate
Done a
video.
full-on
Love
live on
Rami,
it.
go and check that out on Sports Today. Right now, we're talking all things IPL, sir. Okay, Vedant Sarode has a very interesting question. Has Delhi panicked by replacing Nokia, looking at his one-match performance only?
No.
I mean,
Why-
they could have given him a couple of games.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry,
Why
you
not?
can't expect
You
him
retained him.
Yes.
So one bad match, out.
out. Just
But again, you have to question even Delhi's retention. Why would you retain a
No,
guy?
but how were you to know at that
How-
time?
and how are
that-
you, like,
No,
considering-
prior he didn't play anything in 2021.
Yeah, but again, how were you to know
No,
that
but
he'll
he
come
was
in
the
with
best
bad
bowler
form?
last season.
2020.
Even a good bowler.
He was their
I'm
best
saying
bowler.
if Jasprit Bumrah, let's say, was injured, hypothetically, would Mumbai not retain him? If he
They
hadn't
would
played
have,
for
they would have
8-10
retained
months.
him, but I think Bumrah is a different class than North.
No.
Yeah, Nokia was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Nokia was their best bowler last season.
In 2020
Boss,
especially.
they
He was
retained
only
him.
in 2020,
I'm
not in
saying-
2021.
But I'm saying they retained him ahead of Rabada. And it's not like Ricky Ponting is a fool sitting out there. He must have thought of something.
No.
And that's why they
I
retained
think it was a big
somebody like
mistake.
But you
Nokia.
know, Capitals have actually, even there, if you look at it, their auction strategy was kind of muddled.
Yes.
The more you look at it, you do a little deep, it's very muddled.
Because I will say why. Nortje was your second foil. He played the ideal second foil, but Rabada was just weird.
I
In
also-
2020,
But compared to Rabada and Nokia had a better season last time around.
Yeah,
I would say-
no. Nokia had a better season. I think the numbers also.
Yeah.
He took more wickets. Rabada had an off
Overall,
season.
maybe, I don't know.
Overall is Rabada.
Rabada did not have a great season last
Yes,
year.
he
No,
did.
why Rabada didn't have a good season? He was injured. He didn't come for the first half. He was injured, and Nortje had to shoulder the burden. But again,
But he
even when Rabada was not there, Nortje struggled.
But my problem is, I think so. What if he was rushed into last year?
Yeah, that could
That
be a
might have
issue.
What if
actually.
it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
injury hasn't healed completely and he felt
He was then
something
struggling.
off?
Yeah.
When did he bowl? When did Nortje bowl in the last game? Did he bowl in the first 6 overs or did he bowl in the death 1 or 2?
Good
I
question.
He
I
bowled
at the death also,
in the
and I think
first
so in the
also.
first also,
Yeah.
few overs.
Then I think what they should have done is given him a game and bowl in the power play. Death over, you can keep one because then you have to ease yourself back. No, you immediately can't get
No,
back
but
into
poor
death
guy
over.
ended up bowling 2 beamers.
Yeah.
Had to be
Yeah.
taken off.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Madhav Gar says, will Real Madrid and Barca win Champions Trophy in Europa League? I believe in Spanish supremacy. Okay,
Champions
Madhav.
League, you mean?
No, Champions League you mean.
Barca
not
in the
trophy.
Europa, no? So, yes.
Yeah, Barca in Europa, they did a 1-1 draw against Frankfurt.
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 Yeah. And Madrid are in great form in
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yes.
Never know. Okay, Abhi Adhikari is saying he knows you supported RCB, but it was like Dil Pe Patthar type now, so that's why. That's why
No, it
not-
was
not
common
real.
sense. It was common sense. But anyway, all the gloves are off on Tuesday. CSK versus RCB.
Otherwise, it's going to be 5-0.
Nah, it's not going to be that.
Ashish Pandey, how are you, Nikhil sir? I'm very well, sir. Happy. We played a match today. I lost. I got out on a duck. Other than that, I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to the 2 games today. What do you think about Rajasthan's fifth bowler today?
Non-existent.
Non-existent.
Yes.
Good point.
See,
they
this-
don't even give
no,
that.
Navdeep Saini did not even bowl his fourth over.
And Riyak Parak, they don't give an over.
They don't give an over.
No, they gave him an over last time around. He conceded
last
some
game.
16, 17 runs.
Ryan Parag is like this.
No,
mystery
last match he
cricketer.
didn't bowl. I
Last
think.
match.
Ryan
Yes,
Parag has to be
yes.
the biggest mystery cricketer ever. He's an all-rounder who neither bats nor bowls. Why he's in the team?
We
is
troll him
beyond me.
quite a bit.
Sorry, Riyan.
So today he
Maybe,
might
maybe,
come
maybe,
good.
yeah, please.
I'm saying today he
It'll be
might come good.
It'll be very good because right now I don't see. It's like
No, but it's true. His selection, you can't justify his selection. Like we are discussing this. We have been discussing this since the first game,
Yeah.
and they won their first two games, lost the third, and we've been
consistent
talking
on that.
about
Consistent
that.
on it.
Where is that middle order, lower
where's the
middle
low
order?
middle order? What is
And what is their fifth, sixth bowling option if they are looking at somebody? Because Navdeep Saini, we have seen he might pick one wicket or whatever,
goes for runs.
but he goes for a lot of runs.
I think you have to pick James Neesham to get that balance.
I think you can pick. By the way, Daryl Mitchell also bowls
Daryl
for his
Mitchell.
domestic side.
Dibbly Dobblies, he bowls
even
He
Dibbly
bowls Dibbly Dobblies, and sometimes those are good enough.
Jobblies.
He bowls.
It's been so long we heard that term, no?
You have
Dibbly
banded
Dobblies.
us, and what
Rasi,
even is the
there's
point
Rasi.
of
RVD.
you on the bench?
Rasi is. I'm saying you shore up your middle order somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, it looks like after Hetmare, it goes like.
Yeah.
Where is your order?
like a roller coaster.
Yeah, so that Rocky Dholakia also says about that considering lack of depth in DC's batting lineup, shouldn't Rishabh Pant bat up the order and give them a better middle over score? I think he's already batting at 4, which I think is
is fine
a
for him.
See,
Really.
I
a
think
good
three is
enough
too high
position
for
for
him.
Rishabh
See,
Pant
for
to
me,
bat.
if
And then
Delhi
going
Capitals-
forward, I don't know who are the other guys that they can really look at. He has changed the style of batting, Rishabh
He has,
Pant. I
he
mean,
has.
that is, I guess, because of the captaincy responsibility he has. Would you want him to bat like that? I can understand why he's doing that because we've spoken about after Sharfraz, then they struggle in terms of who the batsman is. But I personally would love that bang bang Rishabh Pant.
That's
a game
one thing he
changer.
needs to eliminate from his game. That horrible one-hand shot which he always ends up bowling.
but that
No,
goes
but
for
it
a
goes for
6,
six.
yeah.
I was just going to talk
People
about.
want to
we haven't-
learn
we
that.
haven't
That is
seen
such a
many-
unique way of
many
stroke
one-handed
play, man.
sixes.
Who said I want to learn that?
You.
No. There was a player who's given an interview. Said,
No, but I
wish-
love watching them because
I wish I can play that one.
He's the only one you see who keeps hitting them for sixes.
the only way for Delhi to kind of bounce back is they play the right batting order. In
Yeah,
the
right
game that they lost against Lucknow, you had spinners bowling. Against who did they lost the previous game to LSG, right?
I actually
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
remember.
they had 2 left-handers when the off-spinners were bowling at that time. Even here, Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narine, are you going to play the same combo of Robman Powell at the top of the order? No, I don't think so.
But Robman Pal is a right-hander. For me, that would not make a difference. I think the only left-handers are
How
Akshar
good is
Patel
Robman against
Akshar
in
Patel?
terms of batting, and then 2 at the top of the order, David Warner and Rishabh Pant. If he'll come in at 4. So
Yeah,
middle order.
They have to really
That's it.
they have to get the batting order right. Have the right players in the right position. Get Sarfaraz at 3 because he may not be a power hitter at the end overs. Na? Keep him at 3. He can play the sheet anchor role.
Okay,
No, but there are too many sheet anchors.
Pant and Lalit Yadav are not sheet anchors.
Warner was trying to play that role. He made 3 runs of 12 balls. He was there till like he could not score any runs.
Yeah,
he was
but give him
struggling
some
last
time.
game.
I think it was that one-off game.
I'm a big Warner fan. So.
Vishal Surade and Aditya Sinha have a similar question. Vishal Surade is asking, has TRP gone down because of Mumbai and CSK losses?
We
Aditya
discussed
Sinha
that.
says that, Nikhil sir, what happened to the big team CSK in Mumbai? If they don't perform well, do they think this year's IPL would lose its spark? Yes, the IPL will lose its spark because they are 2 dominant teams. If they don't do well, yes, it will affect the TRPs. But actually, TRP was down even before they started losing so many games. So
True.
that is one thing. I think we've mentioned various reasons, like exams happening, too much of cricket happening, then also not just teams but 2 mega stars in Virat, Rohit not really being
Performance,
outstanding
yeah.
with the bat. Add MS Dhoni to that. So if these guys get a lot of runs, so there are a lot of factors I think that are contributing to why the TRPs may be down. But you're right. CSK and Mumbai, the 2 teams with the biggest fan base, the 2 most successful teams, them not winning hasn't really helped the ratings this time around too.
But the third biggest fan base is Mr. Dias.
No.
KKR.
KKR.
That is
They
true.
are winning.
Yeah.
Ashish Pandey wants to say, will Harshal Patel not play next 2 matches for RCB? Siri had explained.
Yeah, Harshal Patel has left the bio bubble because of personal tragedy. His family member has died.
Yeah.
But according to the IPL playing conditions related to bio bubbles, if he comes back today, he has to serve only a 1-day quarantine. He need not serve a 3-day quarantine. So he might miss out, 50-50 chances on him missing out on the CSK game, but he will not miss 2 matches. That is a guarantee. He will play the next game.
What if he doesn't come back today though?
Then if he doesn't come back today, if he comes on 11th, then he will miss the CSK game because the quarantine day begins on 11th and ends on the 12th. 24 hours.
Oh, so it's only a 24-hour quarantine if you leave the bubble? Okay.
Yes. If you leave the bio bubble and want to come back.
Alright.
Because he's
Okay.
not coming from overseas.
The game is starting. Before we go, a stat courtesy our producer Shivam. He says Prithvi Shaw has a strike rate of 167 and David Warner has a strike rate of 165 against Sunil Narine in the IPL. If you're a KKR fan, that would be music to your ears. We look forward to a good game between Delhi and Kolkata.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the middle innings live as always on Sports Today. So see you then.
Ta-ta.
Bye
But who have you guys picked?
We already picked in the start
Well,
of
did
the show.
KKR.
KKR.
You're the only one who did pick.
You pick DC, I think.
Yeah.
No, I haven't picked anybody. I'm going to go with KKR only.
Ah,
There you go.
4 zip.